He's a British stand-up who comes via Italy, and
Hmm.
he's been there for 20 years. So actually, you're Italian right now.
I am Italian, yeah.
He enjoys acting, stand-ups, writing, performing, and he runs Farm Comedy, Rome's only English open mic comedy show. Without any further ado, allow me to hand over to Michael. Michael, the stage is yours with New Year, Old Me.
Oh, thanks, yeah. Oh, thank you so much. So, how you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the level of energy I want to maintain. Let's keep it going. How you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good. You think I care? Um,
of course, no.
yeah. Oh, I'm getting heckled online. Yeah. It's the least offensive heckle when you get heckled online because you know they can't actually do anything. So anyway, I've been doing this for years now and I'm still crap. So let's get it out of the way as quickly and painlessly as possible so you can all go to the bar and get pissed instead. Um, my name is Michael Monkhouse, Michaela Convento, if you're on Google Translate.
Mhm.
I've been asked to take all the swearing out of my act. Good night. No, seriously, I have been asked to stop talking about the Spice Girls. I've had this for years now. Seriously, it's like, Mike, can you shut up about the Spice Girls? I say, fine, if that's what you want. What you really, really want. Yeah. To stop right now. Thank you very much. Then goodbye, my friend. Because too much of one thing is bad enough. I got 7 hours of this crap, so you better start laughing now, or we'll be here till tomorrow morning. Today's interesting fact about the Spice Girls. First song by the Spice Girls, Wannabe. You hear a laugh. I don't know if you remember this. It's absolutely true. Now, most people think that laugh is Melanie B, but the laugh is actually Jerry Halliwell. That's true. It's true. And that's 35 seconds of your life you are never getting back. I love
Mhm.
this. I'm such a bastard. I really am. Mel B says, every time I listen back to the Spice Girls, I burst into tears. Come on, love, you weren't that bad. Um, did you know? Did you know if you put all these singles ever sold by the Spice Girls in a long line on the ground, you get very tired, really. I learned that out the hard way. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Another interesting fact about the Spice Girls, and I'll get this out of the way. Emma Bunton was the last person to join the Spice Girls. She was a replacement for a young lady called Michelle Stevenson. Now, Michelle just wasn't fitting in with the Spice Girls. Sure, she was a great singer, a great songwriter, a great dancer, which is probably why she wasn't fitting in with the fucking Spice Girls. Another thing I loved about the Spice Girls, it really made me laugh. The Spice Girls made a film that made me laugh in itself. But what really made me laugh is that everybody who went to see the Spice Girls film, this is absolutely true, they all came out of the cinema and they said, it's not very good.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, of course it's not very good. It's a fucking Spice Girls film, you know? What are you expecting? Sort of Ingmar Bergman script, Meryl Streep acting, Federico Fellini camera work, Ken Loach social commentary. Yes, we'll expect so much more from the girls. Anyway, I'm going to shut up about the Spice Girls because I know that's what you really want. And it is Christmas, and I'm making a big effort to be very happy for you, as you can see. This is as happy as I can possibly get. In fact, this is me having an orgasm. Um, Sir, I'm joking. I'm joking. That was my wife having an orgasm. Um, but seriously, round about Christmas time, I do this every year. I do this every year. Round about Christmas time, I find somebody who is sad and lonely and unhappy and not getting into the spirit of Christmas. I find somebody like that and I tell them to fuck off, really. Make a fucking effort like everybody else, you miserable bastards. You have got 364 days to piss everybody off just for once. Make a fucking effort. It's kind of like New Year, you know, because New Year, there's always one dickhead who says, round about New Year, I get rather sad and melancholy. Really? Well, then kill yourself because this is as good as it's going to get. If you're depressed now, you wait till fucking work starts, the stress starts, all that kind of shit. Just do everybody a favor and kill yourself. No, it's not a joke. There's no joke coming. Seriously, just kill yourself now. Seriously. Anything else been going on this year? Donald Trump. Oh yeah, Donald Trump is back. That's always fantastic. I said to Donald and Melania, can you think of an original election slogan? They said, yes, we can. Now, Melania, people keep saying that Melania Trump is the new Jackie Kennedy. I'm thinking, please, Donald, buy yourself a nice new open air convertible. You know you want to. Let's take this to its logical conclusion. And also, back in Italy, where I live, a few years ago, Berlusconi died. And when he died, so did half of my act, unfortunately. So even when he's dead, he's still pissing me off. How do you do it? But something that I loved about Berlusconi, when he was getting old, and he said, at this point in life, all I want is food, a place to sleep, and regular sex. So I thought, why are you so desperate to stay out of prison?
Mm-hmm.
I can see a solution here. I can see a solution. But seriously, I've been listening to a lot of new music lately, and I've talked about Spice Girls, and I've discovered an English band. You've probably never heard of them. They're not very famous. You have to kind of keep your ear close to the ground to know this band. The name of the band is the Beatles. I don't know if that rings any bells. They're quite good. They got a fantastic drummer. The drummer has a lot of potential. Little Ringo Starr, you know, because people take the piss out of me because of my Beatles obsession, but history has proved me right, because, you know, the Beatles have become one of the biggest bands of all time. John Lennon has become an icon. Paul McCartney has become the most successful singer-songwriter of all time. George Harrison has become instrumental in introducing Eastern philosophy. Ringo has become the name of a biscuit. It's kind of destiny. No, but this is absolutely true. A few years ago in Italy, Ringo Starr did a concert, and I was kind of tempted to go because I love the Beatles so much. I actually buy Ringo albums. I do. Sometimes I even listen to them. That's the level of my obsession, unfortunately. And seriously, Ringo did a concert here in Rome, where I live, and I kind of wanted to go because I've never seen a live Beatle. You know, I've never seen a Beatle play live. The possibility of seeing John or George at this point is quite limited. John hasn't done anything for 45 years, the lazy bastard. But seriously, I was thinking, you know, it's a Beatle. Ringo is a Beatle. I'm going to go and watch a Ringo concert. And then I thought, at this point in life, it's probably better to die without seeing any Beatle as opposed to just Ringo, you know? I mean, I can just imagine, you know, great-grandchildren sitting on my knee listening to the White Album, Sergeant Pepper, Abbey Road, going, this is still fantastic. And I'm saying, oh, yeah, the Beatles. I have seen a Beatle live. Yeah. I have seen a Beatle play. Oh my God, that is awesome. You've seen a Beatle live? Which one? Well, it doesn't matter which one, does it? It's the principle of the thing that counts. Oh, fuck off, Grandad. He doesn't count. Anyway, I am going to piss off myself now because you've suffered enough. You've been mediocre, as usual. I'm going to finish with my English joke. If you don't speak English, because I know there are some Americans in the audience, so I pull at Spice Beatles. Well, actually, no, that reminds me. A couple of years ago in Glastonbury. Anyone go to Glastonbury? Yeah, that's the level of energy I expect from people who still go to Glastonbury. This is absolutely true. There was there was Paul McCartney from the Beatles photographed next to Melanie C from the Spice Girls. Right, absolutely true. Now, even I thought that was a bit stupid, like a Beatle next to a Spice Girl. I mean, that is a bit stupid, isn't it? Like member of the most important, influential, monumental band that Britain has ever produced, standing next to, and if you don't know where this is going, you're fucked. That's all from me. You have been mediocre as usual. Glad that's over. Cheers.
Oh my word. Thank you, Michael. Give it up. Give it up one more time for Michael.
But you will give up when you hear my stuff, believe me.
Right. So if we're going to start like this, I know the comedy flight is not going back to the gate. And our next act knows all about evidence, arguments, objections, both in court and stage. Kanav is an advocate by profession, but spends most of his time thinking about Toastmasters. And I think more than what happens in court, actually. From India, bringing legal logic and club meeting chaos together, please help me welcome for the first time on our stage, Kanav with Indian Festival. Kanav, over to you.
Thank you. So, I'm Kanav and I'm an advocate by profession. Some people call me lawyer. And I also study psychology, which makes me psycho lawyer. So, what I just wanted to tell about Indian festivals is India is a land of festivals, and all holidays, some are based on gods. There are so many gods that even if I start counting my days, I have not been alive that much. And even I will, till a day, the numbers of God will not end. And so even then I start saying that, let's say that God bless America, because let them have their one God, we have a lot many. and so most of our, if you know any Indian, most of them have their name on gods only. If you have them patent, you will have entirety of the world which is consists of Indian, have to rename themselves. My personal name is from Lord Krishna, which is Kana. So Kana, his pet name was Kana, and I was called Kana. The story is I felt I was told Kanav to make me jealous. The story is that he was someone loved by all, and all he was said that wrongfully misled that females all love him, and I had never been had a girlfriend, so that connection, that making me jealous, is what my parents did to me. So there had been that many festivals in India, and there had that many names of gods in India. Though even though nothing against them, but my name was also kept for that reason itself. And hmm, and just so yeah, coming back to I just forgot what he said. So and coming to my family, the family have given me my name after gods, but they take me to Bangkok, and so I consider my life more like a divorced couple live in the same room, and because you can't do anything, and they can't let anything happen. And so one particular instance that happened in my life due to festivals and also was you get to go out, and particularly in India, if you go out everywhere, anyone will come and say, take something. Everyone is trying to sell. We are trying to sell our humor. Clearly, mine is not landing, but everyone is selling something, and that level. But we just someone was uh, selling me a pen, and the pen is also made of the particular thing, that slogan of like, if you think every festival has its own pen. So that's the most creativity we have. We make pen into location, and then we move on. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you to Kanav. Let's show some love in the chat and social emojis. This was his first time with us, and we would like to invite him back so that he can come and show us, some more about Indian festivals and India. That will be interesting. Right. Our next little trip is from India. to the northeast of the USA. And our next comedian describes himself as a middle-aged Indian man navigating life in America. He performs mostly in the northeast US, and I can't wait to hear what he's got to tell us about being an Indian in the US. Over to you, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Lorna. Hey, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Lakshmi, and like Kanav rightly said, I'm one of those Indians who's named after a god. In fact, I'm actually named after a goddess. Lakshmi is the Indian goddess of wealth. But neither am I rich, nor do I look like a goddess. In fact, I wish I looked like a goddess, because then I could sell my body for money.
Oh boy.
So first of all, let's give it up for Kanav and Michael. Thank you, guys. Michael said something right at the top of the show. He said, "A wise man never repeats himself." So if you have seen my comedy before, you are going to know that I'm not a wise man. So no, like Lorna said, I am an Indian, middle-aged Indian man living in the US. And it's a really hard time to be in the US right now. And I'm not even talking about immigration. Because wherever I go, everybody's asking me, Lakshmi, do you own a gas station or a convenience store? That's pretty insulting. Because I came to the US with a higher purpose. I own a liquor store. Well, think about it. If business goes bad, I burn down the store and I walk away with the insurance money. It burns pretty fast in case you guys haven't experienced it. I also moonlight as at an Indian restaurant on the weekends, and my day job is tech support. So I'm kind of checking all the boxes for an Indian to be living in the US. You know what my biggest fear is at this time is that what if all Americans figure out how to fix their own computers? Millions of Indians will go out of work. So I always keep telling my American friends, the next time they call tech support and my cousin picks up the call, please be gentle. Um, one of the things I found most difficult moving from India to the US was the amount of choice in the US. Growing up in India, if I wanted milk, I went to the store and I got milk. The first time I went to buy milk in the US, I was late for work. I was staring at a milk aisle for 30 minutes. And I had parked in a 15-minute spot. It's all good now. I lived in the US for 18 years. I recently became an American citizen.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. That's usually my one guaranteed applause for the 10 minutes. But one of the hardest things living in the US as an Indian was celebrating my own wedding anniversary. Because I was married on 9/11. Here we are in Humor 9/11. I had to talk about it. It felt wrong to go to the bakery and order cake. So I did the right thing. I left my wife. So here I am, a middle-aged, single Indian man in the US, looking for love. Even though I'm single. Um, I find it hard to ask a girl out because I'm only separated from my wife. I'm not legally divorced. And my faith makes me believe that that's not right. So I thought about it for a little while, and I have made a decision. Um, I'm going to kill my wife. I
Oh,
figured I figured if I behave well in prison, they'll let me out in about 6 or 7 years, and then I will be single again and eligible. Um, living in the US has been really hard. Especially living in New Jersey has been really hard because one of the most tragic incidents that happened um, in the last few years in New Jersey is that they banned plastic bags. And it's I don't know about the rest of the world, but it's a really hard thing for Indians because we Indians use plastic bags for everything. We use them as gloves, as ponchos, and sometimes to strangle our wives if they interrupt us from watching a game of cricket. Um, you know, in in every Indian home in the US, under the kitchen sink, there is a plastic bag filled with plastic bags. We are too cheap to even get that dispenser, like where you can stick in the plastic bags. Um, Now, when I was married, when I was still with my wife, one day I walked into my kitchen, and I found my wife having her head in her hands, and like she was sitting under the kitchen sink, holding her head in her hands. I was like, "Honey, what happened?" She was like, "I miss my plastic bags. If I could touch just one last time." That's when I knew I should have used that last one when I had a chance. I live in New Jersey. I live in southern part of New Jersey, very close to the city called Philadelphia, and I often go to Philadelphia to perform to do shows. And every time I go to Philadelphia, I always smuggle a couple of plastic bags into New Jersey. It makes me feel really badass. But now they stop plastic bags in Philadelphia too. So I've started going further west and further south. I've started performing in Pittsburgh and Maryland. Um, what else I find hard living in the US? Um, American movies. You know how there is this one scene in the American movies? Guy and girl are in a bar, and the guy says, "Let's get out of here." And the next thing you know, a door flings open, and they're up against the wall going, "Mm." I mean, come on, what happens? What happens between "let's get out of here" and I mean, who pays for the drinks? I would. I just won't let her see how cheap I am with the tip. What happens next? Like, does the guy go to the restroom, you know, or does he just like hold it in? Because think about it, ladies. How sexy is it? And things are just starting to heat up, and your man wants to pee. Boner killer, right? What happens in the car? Rising expectations, I would imagine. Do they quickly stop at a drugstore to buy protection? You know why I wonder about all these things? Like, I grew up in a small town in India at a time when it was really cool not to drink, right? Like the good guys got the girls, right? So I have never been to a bar all my young adulthood. And then I had a lovely arranged marriage. In case you guys don't know what that is, we met, we told our parents, and they arranged the marriage. Well, that was 22 years ago, 25 years ago. Now I'm single. I'm having a midlife crisis. Why else would I quit a 20 plus year career in tech support and be doing comedy? There's one other thing I don't get about the US. You know how you stop at a restaurant or a coffee shop because you have to pee? What do you buy to wipe off the guilt? I mean, what's the price of a pee?
Box of matches.
Well, it
Wow.
can't be water or coffee because you're only going to have to stop again in a short while. So I always wonder, is it a muffin or a sandwich or gum? You know what would be cool? If restaurants just put it on their menu, right? Like, just call it breakfast, all day meals, and facilities. And then they can even have grades like gas, right? Regular, 99 cents. Priority, cut the line, just 199. And premium, with a white glove attendant to wipe your hands after you wash them. You know what would be even cooler? A P app, right? How can I be an Indian in the US without having to think about technology, right? But think about it. You're on the road, you're going on a long drive, and you need to pee, right? Just pull out your phone, open the app, locate the nearest facility, and you pre-order a pee. And then you start getting notifications. Congratulations on ordering your pee. You are fifth in line. You are approaching. You are here. And smiley face, you are relieved. And then there's a survey. There's got to be a survey, right? Based on your experience, how likely are you to recommend this location to friends and family? For complaints, call 100P, 1-800-P stop. No points for guessing where that call is going. Thank you, guys. That's my time. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you very much once again, Lorna, for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Reminds me that I'm so cheap when I go. I buy a box of matches, even though I don't smoke. That's what I pay for the pee. And thanks for the idea of the app. I think I will start developing that app. Thank you so much, Lakshmi.
Thank you.
So give it up for Lakshmi one more time. Thanks for that. And you know what I found was that it is true that no matter which continent we're on, plastic bags have a purpose. Really. Right, to close out our holiday fever, we are heading back to India with a man who has survived corporate life so that the rest of us don't have to. And he is none other than Vikram Poddar, an exceptional poet. And of course, he will be up next to perform for us as well. Vikram, he does not have a title for his gig, so I'll hand over to Vikram. Thank you, Vikram.
Hi, am I audible clearly?
No, I can't hear you.
better?
Much better.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay, but for some reason I can't hear the people.
You can everyone else hear Vikram?
Can somebody say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Just give me a moment. Okay, I understand
Good.
what's happened. It's gone and synced with my external speaker. Lakshmi is the Indian who does tech support, and I am the Indian who has technical issues, apparently. So clearly, a long, long way from. And even though Lakshmi and I are both from India, but I guess I could tell the difference between being from India and the West, because my thought was, oh, there is a dispenser for plastic bags in America. Wow, that is a fucking developed country, man. I'm like, wow. Like, yeah, now I gotta go to America, man. This is so amazing. There's something happening with Lionel Messi, the footballer. He's traveling all over the country in India. He's doing what is called the GOAT tour. And I don't want to get any religious connotations over there. Just want to make it clear. It's greatest of all time. That's all I'm talking about. And he's right next to my house. There's complete chaos out here. And he's not even playing. People are willing to pay $12,000 just to watch him wave. So guys, think about it. As stand-up comedians, we do our best and we feel lucky if we get paid. After doing well in stand-up, he's getting paid just to wave. You know, I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do someday in my stand-up career. I hope Michael doesn't say that makes you a fucking Spice Girl or some shit like that. And I could see that Kanav basically was very careful while joking about Indian gods. He would keep giving disclaimers because in India, they can come and break up the venue even in an online room. You know, like giving the term breakout room a whole new meaning. Anything's possible, you know. And I think Lakshmi touched upon this so much today about peeing. And the one thing I think, when I would tell the women, I think, you know, if you think women have it hard in life, try being a man who needs to pee while he has a hard-on. Okay, every man here knows this struggle. Like, you know, you're in the washroom like, down, boy, down, I need to pee. But of course, the one time you need to stop thinking about sex, your brain is like, here, have only sexual thoughts. So you escalate. You start thinking of the saddest shit possible. India lost the cricket match. Climate change is killing us. My dad just died. Now imagine you're going through this entire emotional breakdown in the middle of sex. And from outside the bathroom, your girlfriend goes, babe, are you okay? And I'm like, no, my dad just died. And she's standing outside ready to console me. But like a true man, I step out, ready for round two. I put a hand on her shoulder and say, don't worry, babe. He would have wanted us to go on. I can say that about Indian fathers. Of course, the self-declared male feminist, he just pisses on himself and screams pissed on the patriarchy. Then during Christmas, he stands under the mistletoe and creepily asks women, can I do your toes? This is my creepy expression, guys. Can I do your toes? Now, of course, speaking of mistletoes, Christmas is just 11 days away. So it's that time of the year when we yell and fight with people in long lines for fights and gifts, so we can wish the same people Merry Christmas. And every online retailer is screaming Christmas sale. But every time you click on something you actually want, it says out of stock. Ho, ho, ho. And then you notice that every second movie is a Christmas movie. They are meant to make you emotional and usually star a completely emotionless Tom Hanks.
Nicolas Cage.
Then restaurant menus are full of Christmas themed dishes where they charge you extra just for putting a red and green stripe on them. And then they have the audacity to say Merry Christmas, then add a service charge to the bill. And Christmas decorations are everywhere claiming to be made of sustainable materials. Till one collapses on your head and you realize you're being sacrificed for climate change. You hope to get the book you wanted for Secret Santa, but instead the book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Which is exactly what you feel about the Secret Santa who gave you the fucking book. And it gets crazy, you know, Christmas is a crazy time. You find the Amazon and DoorDash delivery guys dressed as Christmas elves fighting below your house for parking space. So you click a selfie with them, yelling at each other in the background, sharing it online as true spirit of Christmas. And tag your ex-girlfriends in it. Laura wants to take your photo using group photo. Allow, okay. Wow, okay. This is my group photo for Christmas, guys. This is as good as my social life is going to be. Wow, okay. And of course, you worry about guests coming over and try fixing your house. Then you look at yourself in the mirror and feel the house should accurately reflect your own low standards. And if you're one of those office guys, you know how this works, right? HR forces you to celebrate Christmas in the office while asking you to train the AI that will replace you. You have visions of throwing the subtle art of not giving a fuck on the HR's grave. You feel lonely and wish you could be a Christmas couple. Then you open your dating app, look at the prospects and think you have a better chance of finding someone on Amazon or DoorDash. You wait for Christmas to pass so you can be depressed about New Year's. Because New Year's is like listening to Taylor Swift swinging about the sadness of breaking up with herself. And of course, you decide New Year's resolutions are too ambitious. So you keep New Hour resolutions instead. Like staying off Instagram for 1 hour. Of course, you fail in the first 5 minutes and you are now doom scrolling motivational videos about keeping New Year resolutions. You look forward to 2026 with the same enthusiasm that you had for 2025, but with a better therapist. And if you wonder why I'm in therapy, at the age of 42, you are celebrating Christmas at home with your mom who acts like she's your therapist. You briefly consider asking your therapist to be your mom. You wonder if life will ever give you a lucky break. So you go to life.com and click on luck. But you get a message that says out of stock. Ho ho ho. I'd like to stay longer and do the stand-up act longer, guys, but I have to take a piss. And it's going to take a while. Do I have time for a poem or we are out of time? How's it?
You have time.
Okay. I guess I'll just have to hold it in, as Lakshmi said then. So this is a poem about AI. It's like for the time, the times that we are living in. It's called Dear AI. Dear AI, they say you have the power, but we must ask the right question. That you might replace us all, but not our intuition. They say you're not human is something we mustn't forget. But dealing with humans is filled with even more regret. Dear AI, are you actually my friend or just pretending to nod? You're just ones and zeros, so why are they treating you like a god? Did I even write this poem or was it churned out by you? If we can no longer tell the difference, how will we know who is who? Dear AI, I won't pretend like the others that I have never used you. And if your help comes at a cost, I'm willing to pay it too. Let's make a pact that when I'm gone, you'll take care of her for me, like a loyal automaton. Dear AI, the future is unknown and life is uncertain. Are you the Wizard of Oz or just the man behind the curtain? But I'm not afraid of you. I think we can coexist. I just hope someday you'll know what it's like to be kissed. Yeah, that was on a poem on AI. I do have one more, but if we are out of time, then we can close the show. Whatever is fine with you guys. Is that a yes or no?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So just today I was talking to an event I had gone for. They were bitching about poetry in India, saying that they hate going to poetry circuits because everyone is only talking about heartbreak. Oh, my girlfriend left me. Oh, this girl I love, she doesn't feel the same. I'm like, fuck, there's better things to do in life. So my poem is about why I'm unable to write about love. Why am I unable to write about love? It's not like I've never experienced love. It's not like I've never had my heart broken. It's not like I never lay down next to her. Then why am I unable to write about love? Why do I feel envious of those broken by heartbreak? Why do I lament a youth that could afford no mistake? Why did the fiery blast of my childhood turn me into unbreakable steel? Why do even the most terrifying nights make me laugh? Why am I unable to write about love? Why did love take 30 years to arrive? Why for even 30 months it couldn't survive? Why did responsibilities choke me from choking in grief? Why does peace never fall in love with me? Why am I unable to write about love? Why do I disapprove of strict fathers and mothers and bless making out couples with keep at it brothers? Why do I not look at them with bitterness and envy? Why am I unable to write about love? Why am I still a romantic without a cause? Why do romantic films still make me pause? Why do I still sing songs of adolescent crushes? Why can I not console broken hearts on crutches? Why am I unable to write about love? It's because writing is my love, and there is love in my writing. Writing is my lover, and she leaves me writing. I could write through hurricanes and write through storms. I could write all day and write to break norms. You may love me in the night and leave me at dawn. Just promise you'll read my writing long after I'm gone. That's it from me. You guys have been an amazing audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vikram, for that lovely poems.
Thank you.
Right. So we've reached the end of our show. And I just want to say thank you. Lastly, I didn't say anything about Vikram when it ended. I think Vikram, if HR were to hear you, they would really count what you do as mandatory corporate training. And I would want some of the funds you get from that. So just a few things before we say goodnight. I'd really like to ask that you follow and support our performance, Michael, Kanav, Lakshmi, and Vikram. And they can post their social media handles in the chat if they want to. And do keep an eye out for upcoming Humor911 events we've got coming up. I just want to put off my camera. I'm having some bandwidth issues. And if you have enjoyed this evening, please sign up to perform. Bring your neighbors next time. And this is a safe place for you to be noisy and happy. So just lastly, I want to just say thank you for choosing to spend this time with us. out of all the things you could do on a Sunday afternoon or evening. And so on. And this is Lorna saying, laugh first, adult later. Good night, good morning, and good afternoon wherever you are in the world.